ball game. They might have even invented the compass. These are just to name a few of their great innovations. Some researchers believe that the Olmecs were the forerunners of many Mesoamerican deities, and these deities often got human sacrifices or Olmec bloodletting. However, there is no clear representation of Olmec bloodletting, but researchers have found other evidence that the Olmec ritual practiced it. For example, numerous natural and ceramic stingray spikes and maguey thorns have been found at Olmec sites, including certain other artifacts identified as bloodletters. While bloodletting may feel barbaric to us, it had a deep meaning for the Mesoamerican cultures because they felt it served as a divine connection to their gods. There's also a speculation about human sacrifice, but let's not go into that yet. Also, the Olmec are believed to be the first to develop a writing system in the Western Hemisphere. In 2002 and 2006, several symbols were found that date from 659 BCE and 900 BCE, respectively. These symbols are older than the Zapotec writing, which is from about 500 BCE. The symbols that were found in 2002 at the San Andres site show a bird, speech scrolls, and some glyphs that looked like the writing used by the Maya people. Then other symbols were found in 2006 near San Lorenzo. This one had 62 symbols, 28 of which are unique and carved on a serpentine block. This carving is known as the Cascajal block, and it's estimated to have been made between 1100 and 900 BCE. Due to this, many archaeologists believe that this find was the earliest pre-Columbian writing. Other archaeologists, however, aren't really certain about this speculation because of the stone's singularity. It also bears no resemblance to any other Mesoamerican writing system. The long count calendar is another interesting thing the Olmec civilization created. Many Mesoamerican cultures used the long count calendar to easily know their years and dates. Also, the concept of the number 0 was created by the Olmecs. This belief is due to the fact that 6 artifacts with the earliest long count calendar dates were all discovered outside the immediate Maya homeland. This calendar predated the Maya, and they were possibly the invention of the Olmecs. 3 of these 6 artifacts were found within the Olmec heartland. Notably, the long calendar also required the use of number 0. This calendar isn't like our common calendars, but theirs uses base 20, which is from 0 to 19, to mark their dates. And to identify the number 0, shell glyphs were used as the 0 symbol. We can't talk about the many great innovations of the Olmec without mentioning Mesoamerica's all-time favorite, the Mesoamerican ball game. Even in ancient times, many of our ancestors enjoyed good sports. The Mesoamerican ball game is a sport that the Olmecs created for recreational and religious purposes. A dozen rubber balls dating to 1600 BCE or earlier have been found in El Manatí. These balls predate the earliest ball court yet discovered at Paso de la Amada, although there is no certainty that they were used in the ball game. Before we go on with the rest of the video, here's our subscriber's pick for today. The influence of the Olmecs on other Mesoamerican civilizations is so great that most Mesoamerican cultures like the Maya and Aztec can be traced back to the Olmec's root. Take, for example, the Mayan Temple of Lamanai, with its massive stone-like structure. But what should be of interest to you shouldn't be the size of the temple, but the 13-foot stone mask that adorns the side of the temple. The mask bears a great resemblance to the several colossal heads built by the Olmec. From the detailed contour of its face to the crocodile headdress worn by the mask, it was apparent the Mayans used massive stone structures to carve out this mask head, unlike the Olmec, who used basalt to build their colossal heads. The mask dates to the late 5th and 6th centuries, which means that the Olmec civilization is older than the Maya by approximately 800 years. This further shows that the Olmec civilization predates the Maya, Aztec, and Inca. But what do you think of this? Did the Mayan civilization really get their idea from the Olmec? Or was it just a mere coincidence that the mask sculpture looks similar to that of the Olmecs? Join the conversation and share your thoughts with us in the comments section down below. Now, let's get back to the video. Religion beliefs. The Olmecs had several religious belief systems that also reflected itself in other Mesoamerican civilizations. One of such belief systems is the belief that the universe is divided into 3 parts: First was the earth where they lived, and this was represented by the Olmec dragon. The second was the watery underworld, which was the realm of the fish monster. And finally, the skies were the home of the bird monster. In addition to these three gods, further research has brought about the identification of 5 other gods: the maze god, the water god, the feathered serpent, the banded eye god, and the were-jaguar. Some of these gods, such as the feathered serpent, would live on in the religions of later cultures, such as the Aztecs and Maya. The religious activities for these gods were performed by a combination of rulers, full-time priests, and shamans. The rulers of the Olmecs seem to have been the most important religious figures. They believed that their rulers shared links to the Olmec deities, or the supernatural, which gave them the ability to rule. The Olmec had a well-developed religion complete with the interpretation of the cosmos and several gods. During religious ceremonies, the people would gather near the ceremonial centers to watch their priests and rulers perform necessary rituals to usher in wealth and prosperity to their land. And some of these rulers and shamans are believed to be the colossal heads that had so much value to the Olmecs. The decline of the Olmec civilization. Like many great civilizations that went into extinction, the Olmec were not exempted. Many scholars have for a long time tried to determine the actual cause of the eventual extinction of the Olmec culture. Between 400 and 350 BCE, the population of the Olmec civilization dropped significantly. According to archaeologists, this depopulation was probably the result of very serious environmental changes that rendered the region unsuitable for large groups of farmers. The Olmec are known to be very dependent on crops, so when a climate change took place, it could have affected their harvest. Also, human actions such as warfare, overfarming, or deforestation may have played a role in their decline as well. There is also a belief that the Olmec didn't become extinct, but had to relocate due to volcanic eruption. And volcanic eruption was a normal phenomenon during their time, so this may have caused them to move. Whatever the cause may be, the Olmec culture significantly declined. After the fall of Laventa, the center of what is known as the post-Olmec, or epi-Olmec civilization, became Tres Zapotes, a city that prospered for a while after Laventa. But still these people didn't last long, bringing the final extinction of this great civilization. Legacy of the Olmec civilization. The Olmec civilization played an important role in the Mesoamerican era, leaving a lasting legacy, creating so many wonderful innovations and becoming the foundation of other Mesoamerican societies like the Aztec and Maya. Their great pyramids and colossal heads have become a great destination to visit, giving us a wonderful insight into what the Mesoamerican cultures look like. In recent times, the Mesoamerican ball game is still played by the indigenous population in some places, but without any ritual rites. Its style of play is almost similar to racquetball. Despite the many discoveries, there is much that is still unknown about the Olmecs. Basic questions like what they called themselves still remain unanswered, and we may never truly know why they became extinct. But there's no doubt that the Olmecs are definitely a fascinating civilization with great knowledge and insight on many architectural achievements and interesting ways of life. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.